Hello everybody, Craig here with another tutorial on how to control the speed settings with the intelliVIBE TFS3 while playing R Factor, which is just an example. You see here the TFS3 control panel, and here's R Factor as it's being played. And this chart here is the real-time chart, and the activity you see is the live activity in the game, even though the game is paused. To pull up the car settings, the new interface is just to hit the car icon, and it pops up the car master effects list. You'll see the live output from each feature that's listed in these live bars. And what we're going to look at now is speed. So I'm going to hit this plus, and you can see the icon turns into an eyeball with a minus. If you hit that, it goes away. But we're going to bring up the speed settings again. And this gauge here shows the live speed in the game, or sim, and here you have your intelliVIBE effects. Generally speaking, intelliVIBE from speed should range between 5% and around 35%. And this is the live output from the speed, and the real-time chart to the left of the cursor here will show all the live intelliVIBE output, not just the speed. This is everything collectively. And I'm going to unpause this sim and we'll see what's happening. So right now, this is R Factor Live, driving with the AI driver. And here you see all the live effects as they're being rendered. And if you ever want to drill down into one of these, you just hit the plus sign next to it, and it'll pop up the form that represents that effect. And here, again, in this real-time chart to the left of my cursor, you see all the activity. Now what we're going to focus on is speed. And this live graph right here is the live speed output, the intelliVIBE output from speed, and this is just by itself. Of course, when you get to this real-time chart, which is the output that you feel, the speed is combined with all the other forces that are happening that you can see live in this stack of live bar graphs here. Now you'll notice this is the live speed in the sim, and you'll notice as the speed climbs, the height of the intelliVIBE waveform on the speed graph climbs. And you'll notice the minimum is 5.1, which is this setting. The maximum is 34.9, which is this setting. And you'll notice the 5.1 and the 34.9. That means as the vehicle's speed ranges between 1 mile an hour and 210 miles an hour, and we're driving a Formula One car here, you'll see the green zone is 1 to 210, and that's the 0 to 210 here. Now this red zone is something called speed chop, which after you get your speed high enough to get into this red zone, it starts adding choppiness into the effect that you're feeling to give you a sense of, ludicrous speed, for example. So at the moment, because the Formula One car is very stable, you don't start getting speed chop until you're going very fast. But anyway, he's coming into a... now right now is a long straightaway, and he's about to come over a hill, and you'll see as the speed drops, the speed effects drop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit, here, we'll let him run long on this straightaway, okay? And there's going to be a very quick drop off in speed as he climbs over this hill. And then now he's going to accelerate again, and you'll notice the speed climbing. Now you can hit pause, which will flatline the speed. And I just want to show, if we lower the maximum intelliVIBE, okay, your speed is going to drop, okay? If you drop this minimum speed, it's going to drop. And what we've done is we've changed the speed range. If we say maximum speed happens at, say, 140, you'll see here the green is 140, which means any speed above 140 is not going to increase the speed effect because it maxes out at 140 miles an hour and 15%. So, for example, now that we are at this speed, I'm going to drop the speed chop to below here, and you'll notice on the real-time chart, you'll notice this is starting to get a little choppy. That's your speed chop effect. And as we lower this, you're getting deeper and deeper into the red zone. And you'll notice now speed chop is going to set to start at, let's make it 60 just to keep the numbers clean. Once you hit 60 miles an hour, which is just something I'm doing for an example, you're now into the speed chop zone. So the green is your normal speed. The red is your speed chop range. And speed chop begins at 60. So you can notice on this waveform now, all of this choppiness in your speed waveform is because you're getting deep into the speed chop range. Now, if I uncheck the speed chop, you'll notice this waveform goes stable, and it's stable here as well. If we put the speed chop back, you're going to be very rumbly due to your speed. However, in a Formula One car, that would not really be correct. So as we bring the speed chop to a lighter and lighter, to a higher and higher speed, you'll notice the speed chop effect begins to actually completely goes away, as it should. So we'll set that back to 180. So in a Formula One car, you really don't feel any kind of high velocity shaking unless you get up to above 180, which is rare. But I'm going to let this guy drive just a little bit, and you'll see now at 140, the speed is going to max out at 15%, and now it's flatline. So you're not climbing more and more and more power as he goes faster and faster. Now you'll notice this choppiness right here. All of these chops right here, all those up and downs are the vertical G-force effect. And we can worry about that some other time. If I hit plus, here's our vertical Gs. And we'll deal with that another time. But if I leave this chart here, okay, what you'll see, and I'm going to let him drive, okay, you'll notice here in the vertical Gs, this is vertical Gs here, and you'll see the vertical Gs happening here as well. And vertical Gs are a layer that occurs on top of the speed that's being rendered. So hopefully I'm not hitting you with too much information. I'm going to hit pause, and I'm going to stop recording on this video and hope that all made sense.